Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast at Tiffany's. I am your hostess, Tiffany Almazan, and this is your place for joy and wellness. I am happy to be coming to you today, and I'm happy that you're here, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Thank you for taking time out of your day to spend it with me here. And I've got crazy dogs going on this morning, so if you hear a little grumbling over there and a little crying and a little one in and out, there's Ian. There they are. So, today I have some fun stuff to share with you, and let's just dive right in, okay? Tuna fish. Tuna fish. I discovered the most amazing replacement, substitute, alternate. You do like tuna fish? Okay, I used to love tuna fish. I would have like tuna fish sandwiches all the time. It was such an easy meal to make. You pop open a can of tuna fish, add some mayo, salt, and pepper. If you got really extra creative, you would add, onions and celery and even some of the cool relish. It was awesome. Just bread in between bread, boom, good to go. You know what my favorite way to have it was? Okay, who can relate to this? Potato chips on a tuna fish sandwich. Isn't that just amazingly good? Tuna fish, potato chips between two slices of bread. Really good. You could even do tuna fish and cheese was really good. Tuna fish and tomatoes and lettuce was really good too. Okay, so I've had a thing for tuna fish, and I didn't really realize how much of a thing I had for tuna fish until I really stopped eating it. I stopped eating it a while ago, I think because of, way before I even changed my diet, I really stopped eating tuna fish because of concerns over how the tuna was being harvested. Love dolphins, and I just really wasn't on board with that. And then all the mercury that was in fish, just really wasn't wanting to put that in. Mercury is super toxic for you, right? And it doesn't leave your system, and it can anyway, that's a whole nother topic. So I kind of got away from tuna fish, and it wasn't until just recently that I rediscovered it. I want to share it with you because this is just amazing. Now, I've tried recipes with sunflower seeds to make like a really cool dip, and I know one of the flavors is dill, and so I always include dill in there, but I've just never really been liking it. And vegan mayo is just really kind of gross. I'm sorry, it is. I haven't found a good mayo replacement, either, so until now. Okay, so I'm taking the lid off this because I want to show you what this looks like. This was an accidental discovery. Isn't that how the best things go? See that? Look at that. Look at this. Look at that flakiness right there. Okay, so I don't have a picture to show you. Well, I think I have a picture to show you, but you can't really quite see it here because I've already mixed other stuff in. But it was accidentally, I've been soaking and sprouting some chickpeas. And, I use it to make hummus, and you just blend it up and you get really smooth texture, and, there's your hummus, add some ingredients. I was just stopping and checking it for whatever reason, and I saw the texture of these chickpeas. They were flaky and shredded, ripped apart tuna fish. It was I saw it and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is tuna fish, okay? So, and chickpeas don't have a real strong flavor anyway, but then I immediately just took out some onions and some carrots and some celery. I threw that in the food processor as well, blended it up. So you're seeing a little bit more chunkiness because of the other items in there. When you just saw it, just the chickpeas alone, it had even a more tuna fish texture. Okay, and this does not have mayo in it yet. Okay, so I didn't want to put mayo in, and then this could be used for other stuff. So I actually just poured this on my salad the other night and just dumped it on, just veggies, extra stuff. Then I've also got some dill I added to it. You can see the little green, no, not really. Here we go. There's some of the dill I added to it as well. A lot of salt and pepper, and then my avocado mayo. I discovered this recipe and I was like, I don't know, it didn't really taste like much. It was just kind of weird thinking about avocados as mayo. And then we put it on some potato salad. out of this world. So I was like, well, clearly it's good. So I was like, well, we're making tuna fish. So we just dumped some of that avocado mayo on here, mixed it up. It's tuna fish. Guys, this is it right here. So there you have it. That's tuna fish. And I dare you to try it, see how it goes for you. Awesome. I can't speak to how it's going to be with chickpeas you get from a can or the cooked chickpeas, because they're totally different textures. So I imagine like a cooked chickpea, as you like start to make hummus, it just blends up so quickly and turns smooth very fast. So I don't think you're going to get the same kind of texture with cooked chickpeas or those, from a can. So, but try it with raw ones, okay? Do it with raw. Soak them, and even if you didn't sprout them, at least soak them, but sprouting them makes them even better for you. So there you have it. That's my tuna fish item on the agenda for today. Next up, I want to share with you, and just a quick shout out to my live studio audience. Hello. Second item I wanted to share with you today is energy. So energy is super important. Energy is everywhere. Energy is what I've got a lot of right now. There are the positive energy. There's the positive energy, and then there's the negative energy too, right? And my dogs tell you, if you wonder, like, does energy really, exist as a thing, right? My dog has been crazy this morning because I've been crazy this morning, because I have been unable to put this book down that I'm reading, and I'm so excited about what I'm reading. It's like you can't think of anything else. It's crazy. So what are they doing? They're feeding off of my energy, and they're driving me crazy this morning. They're going in and out of the house. They're crying. They're barking. They're just like, can't you just chill, right? But I know it's me because I'm not chill. So we do have an impact to those around us, right? And so what I really want to work on, putting a lid on my energy a bit. I want to save it for one thing. I don't just want to randomly like, wow, there goes all my energy, and then now I'm empty, right? So I want to be able to control it better, kind of like my battery pack that I can turn up and down, depending on how I want the energy. So I say that to say that starting in March, which is coming up, next episode next week is going to be into March. So I'll already be like, day 3 of my new project is me and my Gordons. We are going to address energy. And manners too, but I think it really starts with energy, and then it's gonna link into the manners. Because now have had for a little while now, a pack of 4 dogs, 4 Gordon setters. They are amazing. Love of my life. Just brings so much joy. I love the breed. Obviously, got 4 of them. But now with 4, Larkin's a little over 2, and it's creates its own different vibe with all of them together, and it takes managing them a little bit differently. And so I'm going to address that now, because I want greater health and wellness and vitality for them, right? Just like I do for me. So we're going to start this project, and I know a lot of it's going to be personal development for me and learning how to control my energy. And so I invite you guys to follow me. So I'm going to be doing videos about it. I'm going to be blogging. I will post links so you can subscribe to my newly redesigned website, so you'll be getting notifications when these posts are up there. I'd be curious for you to try some of these things out for yourself. I'm going the Eastern medicine route, because Western medicine really doesn't have much to say about energy and how to control it and how to manage energy, right? And what energy can do for your health. There isn't really take a pill, right? So we're going the natural Eastern medicine route. So stay tuned for that. If you're interested in joining me on it, I'm happy to have you, and I would love to hear what you might already be doing that's been successful for you with your own pets or in your own life, that is creating a better balance and grounding effect for you as you move forward in your life. So important for our health overall, for our joy, for our wellness, for keeping stress away. Stress is a huge cause and effect kind of thing for disease, right? So I'm all about health and wellness, okay? So that's my energy comment. I don't know. I want to work on it. I want to work on reining it in a little bit, but I also get really excited, and I like to be excited. It's cool to be excited and happy, right? So this is going to be an interesting journey. We're planning for it to be a 60-day journey. So March and April, and then who knows what's going to go after that. We'll see. But stay tuned for more on that. And thank you to my honey. My husband has grabbed most of the dogs, so I've just got one on patrol here at the door. I'm watching for any birds that might be in the yard. So the other guys are just, chilling with him right now, so awesome. Third thing I'm going to share with you guys today is why I've got this energy like exploding out of my head right now is this book, okay? It's also why my now I'm even daring to call it curly. My now curly hair, I've lived my whole life with straight hair, okay? With wavy hair that really didn't have much. As soon as you combed it out of the shower, the wave was gone, right? Hated getting haircuts and all because it just made my hair even straighter, right? Well, I've got curly hair now, but you don't get to see it because there's no way I had any time to do anything with my hair today because I was too busy reading this book. Okay, I know it's backwards. I don't like reversing my camera because then it's just too confusing for me. The China study is what it is, though. And I don't know why nobody ever told me I needed to read this book. Like, seriously said, Tiffany, go read this book, okay? I don't know why. It's been out, I think it was 2005, the first edition came out. This is the expanded and revised edition, 2016. So this stuff still holds true. This is amazing. Okay, so what I've learned so far is that this book is like the holy grail of health and nutrition. And it's crazy. What I want to share with you about it. Okay, so here's the thing. I love what they talk about in here about how this knowledge really needs to get out there, but this is so not mainstream. This is so not even what we have going on in the world here in America right now. This is not common knowledge that people are implementing in their lives to create greater health and wellness. And it's a huge industry for medicine and for pharmaceutical companies, and you're never going to take those things down, right? And they serve a purpose, right? But we can certainly reduce our dependency on them, and that's the best way that's just the best way, right? Okay, here's the thing. We're all going to die, right? And so he makes this really good point in here. It's like it's 100% certain that we're going to die. That's one thing, what they say, death and taxes, right? So death we know is going to happen. So, and that's why he says some people say they justify their ambivalence towards health because of that. So I've had people who will just say, well, you're not going to live any longer than me. It doesn't matter what you're eating. It's like, who do you think you are, right? Well, whatever. I mean, we could all get hit by a bus tomorrow or there could be, anything could happen, right? So it's not certain, but here's the point he makes that I like, because this is what I feel. I've never pursued health hoping for immortality. Good health is about being able to fully enjoy the time we do have. It is about being as functional as possible throughout our entire lives and avoiding disabling, painful, and lengthy battles with disease. There are many better ways to die and to live. And that's what I'm about, is living a vibrant, healthy life. And who doesn't want that, right? I don't care I do care. I mean, sure, I want to live to 120, okay? I just totally do. But I would much rather live the years, whatever years that I do have, being healthy, being disease-free, being full of energy like this that I'm trying to figure out a way to contain. What a cool problem to have is how to hold on to my energy, because I'm so excited about it, about life and about everything, right? So it's not about saying, you're wrong or anything. It's just about being healthy. And if we can learn more to be healthy, awesome, more power to us, right? So, okay, a couple things I want to tell you right away. What I've already seen that they've proven and he explains how they go through the proving things and really what it means and the percentages and all that stuff, so you can check that out for yourself. But basically, they've proven statistically significant, right, which is science speak for proven, that you can turn cancer growth on and off. Period. Animal protein can trigger cancer to grow, and it can turn it off, and it can even reverse cancer. Animal protein. I think that's just crazy. Okay. They've also done some tests on the chemical carcinogens, chemicals that are carcinogenic, maybe say it that way. I don't know. And how it's like, it's not about your genes, and it's not, it's not necessarily about even the chemical itself, which is really fascinating because, and he's probably gonna talk more about it from the stuff he said in the beginning, but like people are so concerned about organic and the pesticides, but what's really important is that it? Maybe not. So he made the comment about, if you can have cancer in your body from a chemical that you were exposed to, and yet by altering the nutrition that you put in your body, you can turn off that cancer growth and reverse it. Isn't that crazy? That, I think, is just, it's like mind-blowing. So you could say that, we're all exposed to toxins of some sort all around us in our environment and the air we breathe. Just, we're all going to get some sort of exposure. It's like, but if you can activate it or not activate it based on what you eat, isn't that pretty darn cool? And here's the thing too, I think about people that just like randomly get sick, years down the line. How much of it is because you already had that carcinogenic exposure to that chemical way back years ago, and it's been lying dormant in your body, and now you've triggered it with what you're eating, the nutrition you're putting in your body. I just think that's just insane when you think about it. It's just like, wow. And it's like, what is it? E. coli. E. coli is a bacteria that is okay in your body when it's in balance and when it's in the right place in your body. And then here's the thing, when it gets triggered to move where it shouldn't be, then it creates this havoc in your body and you get sick. And so I thought that's like the same thing. It's like we can have, it's not so much the toxic chemical that's in our body. Granted, I'm sure there's percentages. Okay, if it's high enough percentage, that's going to change some of the stuff. But we're all exposed to a certain extent to things. And if that's not the driving factor in our health, it's like it proves the whole statement, we are what we eat, right? It's crazy. So that's like one thing. What else was it? Cholesterol. Okay, this study, let me back up a second. Okay. The China study is unique in that it's the most comprehensive study that's ever been done with people in history before this and after this, the study was done. There's never been anything else like this. What I find so fascinating about it is, and I didn't realize this, I'd heard about the Chinese study for a long time, but I didn't realize that the people that were studied have the studies that are done today are all done on people they're all done on people on the Western diet. There are people that are eating the standard American diet that are all these, tests and studies are done off of because that's who it's done on, right? This study was done on Chinese. And people that have, even in rural areas of China too, and that born and are living in the same place. So they aren't transplants, they aren't immigrants. They kind of started their life and have, not a lot of moving around. So it's a very isolating environment, which is interesting. And also very unique is that a high animal protein diet was not what they ate, which is what every other study is based off of, because it's the standard American diet and it's Western diet where all the Western diseases come from. So they study that, and that's where all our current facts and figures, come from, are those that group of people, right? People like you and me. And this was a group of people that were eating a highly plant-based diet, and the foods that they ate were very whole food. So like we can have fat taken out of anything. So you ever read the book, was it Sugar, Salt, and Fat? It's like they play with those three ingredients in all of our processed foods. They can pull this one out and add this one to make this one taste better and get you addicted to them and just really control the market space and sell product. But they don't treat their food that way, where this study was done in China and all of these counties and all over throughout China was fascinating. So you're starting with the core group of people that are on an entirely different type of diet than has ever been studied before on this grand of a scale, which is exciting to see, because I'm always saying, well, that's like, how many glasses of water do you need to drink in a day? They say 8, right? Well, that's because it's a standard American diet is what they're basing it off of. And if you are eating that, you're eating a lot of breads and processed foods, cooked foods. You cook food, you watch the steam come off the food, that's the water leaving the food. Your body needs water to digest everything. So you have to add that water back in so your body can break stuff down, right? But what if you're not eating a standard American diet? How much water do you really need to add to your diet? I mean, like, if you eat half a watermelon, are you gonna be thirsty? But you still need 8 glasses of water? I mean, so much of where our base foundation of what we're starting on is based on a diet that I'm not currently consuming, you know? So it's like, so what are those things really, what are the real numbers, right? What are the real facts and figures? And this book is giving it to me. It's absolutely fascinating. Animal protein is crazy what they're discovering. And do you guys know your cholesterol level? I don't know mine. I know whatever it's in the range. Okay, that's okay. But this is fascinating, and how they didn't even know that you could have this low of a cholesterol level as this group of people in this study have, and still be considered, healthy. They didn't know because they've never tested anyone who had this overall average, incredibly low cholesterol level. And what they've proven because of this study is that as your cholesterol level increases, so does your risk of disease. I was like, whoa, okay, there you have it. So I'm curious, like, what is your cholesterol level? I'm dying to go get mine checked already. I'm like, if I could just go get a finger prick right now and have a test done, I would totally do it. I'm that excited about it. It's one of the strongest predictors of Western diseases, is what it says right here in the book, was your blood cholesterol. Where does cholesterol come from? I'll give you a clue. Oh gosh, how do I give you a clue? I don't know, that takes too much work. I'm just gonna tell you. Animal products is the only place that cholesterol exists, right? And not only does your blood cholesterol level increase based on the dietary cholesterol that you ingest, which is coming from all the animal products, eating plant-based products, foods that they don't have cholesterol in them, not only does it not increase your blood cholesterol, right? Because interesting, all this sciencey stuff, like what your body does to create cholesterol and all, not even going into that. But plant-based products can also reduce your existing blood cholesterol level, which is really kind of neat too. Anything else I wanted to share with you off here and here? I think that's it for right now. Is that enough? Did I? I'm only on page. What page am I on? I'm only on page 67. I got a lot more to go in this book. So I am very excited and inspired to read this book. And it's not to prove anybody wrong or prove myself right or anything. It's about taking control of your health. And you can't, it's like, who can you trust, right? You have to go get your own information. You gotta dig through the junk that's out there and find honest to goodness real information. You're not gonna hear this anywhere you go and everywhere you go. I mean, it's gonna be the rare place that's gonna talk about this. Nutrition is really not just included in so many things, and yet it's pretty darn important. So I will share more with you as I go, I'm sure, as I keep reading this book. So next week, who knows, maybe find some other topics to share with you. But I got this much more to go, so I'm sure in this much more there's going to be more I'm wanting to share with you. So stay tuned for that. Some of it you're just kind of going to have to read, on your own, and maybe I've at least inspired you to take a look at this book. It's sciencey. And it's really kind of cool. And I'm just like, how does this work? And what does this mean? And I'm just kind of going back and forth a little bit to make sure I'm understanding the concepts of it. And it's fascinating. So I'm so grateful that this guys put this out there. And check this out. One last thing I want to share with you. Here's this picture. Now, I don't know how old this picture is. I would figure it's got to be, pretty darn current. 2016 book. They're probably not going to put in there a 20-year-old picture or something. I don't know. But here, check this out. Is it clear? Okay. There he is. So yeah, he's got gray hair. And yeah, he looks a little older, right? But doesn't he look super healthy? I mean, come on. He's been around for a while. I say that's a testament to what he's eating. So there you have it. I'll get off my soapbox right now and say that's it for this episode of Breakfast at Tiffany's. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. I would love to hear your thoughts. Have you read this book, for one thing? What are you currently eating? Have you read this book? And what are you thinking about it? Crazy? Love it? Did it inspire you in any way? Did it change anything for you? Do you hate it? Oh my gosh, I forgot that part. I haven't gotten to it yet. So I'd be curious if you really didn't like the book, you hate it, you think it's just hogwash, share that. Because what he says is the revised edition of this book was mainly to call out a rebuttal to all of the challenges that have been brought about because of this information. And that's what I'm really super excited to learn about as well. Because there are going to be the haters, right? And the naysayers and the people that challenge everything. And I get that. And what's fascinating is that this guy is a farm boy. Grew up on a farm, dairy cattle, right? Grew up eating bacon, sausage, eggs, milk. Does the body good was where he came from. And it was only through his research and pursuit of truth, knowledge, that he just followed this course, and where it led him to all these discoveries is really kind of cool. So I'm curious as to the rebuttals that he's going to give on some of the challenges that have been brought about by the haters out there. So there's that. But like I said, I'm going to say goodbye on this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you again next week on another episode of Breakfast at Tiffany's. Sundays at 10 right here on this channel. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again soon.